Submission ready here with Kai Kara France out of UFC 234, brought to you by Musashi. Kai, very exciting times for you. You're one of the first names that were confirmed for this pay-per-view card. I mean, how does that feel, having the certainty and knowing you'd be on something so big so far out?
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, after the Adelaide fight, I asked to get on the Melbourne card, and pretty much when I landed back in Auckland, I had another fight lined up. So it's all worked out the way we wanted. It's nice going into the holidays knowing you have a fight, not in limbo, so you know you can stay on your diet and work around that. But and also having two teammates on the same card, it's been nice having them. You know, on those days where everyone's on holiday. You know, two other guys are going to be there getting ready for what you're getting ready for. So, yeah, it's awesome to be here in Melbourne. I always love coming back to the city. I've got a good track record here, fight-wise, and there's so much sporting culture in Melbourne. So I'm just soaking up all that support and, yeah, loving being here.
You say you got to enjoy the holidays, but we read something about you training twice on Christmas Day.
No, I mean, I didn't get to enjoy the holidays, but I got to train, and I knew...
Who do you talk into training with you on a Christmas day? I don't imagine much of the team wants to come into the gym twice.
I know, we were there at 6 a.m. So we were there before, you know, my nephews and nieces wake up, so then we'll be there for when they open up their presents. So we're just trying to be selfless and, you know, not take away from their day. So you can work around it, you know, it's just another day at the end of the, like, being around your family is important, definitely, but you can work around all that, and they know, like, I've got a job to do and got to stay ready, so it's all good.
I feel like that's unbelievably selfless of you that you're taking them into account, sort of doing the training beforehand just so you can be there. So I got to commend you on that one. But also, how's life been anyway in general? Like since you're making a UFC debut, getting the big win at UFC Adelaide, any major changes?
Not really. It's been such a quick turnaround that you know, I haven't really done too much besides train. I want to keep my head down. I want to just keep working, and I feel like that's the best way to go about things, not to, you know, look back and admire your work too much. So yeah, that's all I've really done. I got to go away for like a week with my girlfriend in a camper van, kind of soak up and detach from everything and just kind of...
Where, in New Zealand?
In New Zealand, yeah. One of my sponsors owns a camper van business, Mad Campers, so I was lucky enough to just pick up the keys and he just said, just get out of Auckland. So it was nice to just do that and reset and then come back into camp refreshed.
Obviously, you're in a campaign to keep the flyweight division alive in the UFC. Give us your reaction to the Cejudo-TJ Dillashaw fight. I mean, that was a pretty important one to keep the division around.
Oh, I was nervous, but it's exactly how I thought it would have gone. Before the fight, I was telling everyone that if TJ comes in overly confident, that's going to be his downfall. And that's what's happened. I thought the ref stopped it at the right time. People saying it's early, but I feel like it would have just continued. Personally, but dropping from bantamweight to flyweight, you can't take the same shots as you could at bantamweight. You just can't. Your body's not adjusted. You don't have the same water in your head, and you know, TJ learned that the hard way. So yeah, it couldn't have gone any better. Getting a finish, and my Ultimate Fighter coach Henry Cejudo beating two of the greats, DJ and TJ. Yeah, I can't be happy for him. I haven't seen him here yet, but he's here on fight week, so it would be good to catch up with him and you know, see him face to face, and then for him to watch me live as well. It's going to be a good night.
I mean, obviously TJ says it was a little bit, isn't saying it's a fluke, but said it was stopped early. Do you think if the fight happens again, ends up in a similar way?
Yeah, like that was his first time cutting the flyweight in a long time, so his body doesn't know how to react to the rehydration and all that. So I feel like he's just got to do it a few more times to kind of know how his body's going to react. And then, yeah, I feel like it would go quite similar, first round stoppage. You know, Cejudo is a big flyweight. He stays heavy. Like the next day, he looked really good. Put all that weight back on, and yeah, he just looked like on another level that night. So hopefully the next fight for him will be Joseph Benavidez at flyweight. Keep that momentum going, keep the contenders, you know, coming through the ranks, and keep the division alive.
What's it like sort of having this relationship with Cejudo where you guys are kind of friends and allies? You Instagrammed him, congratulations. He was like, it was for us, mate. But at the same time, he's in your division, and like he sort of wanted to do some training with you as well. At the same time, you know, the goal is to, you know, take his belt, assuming that he's still holding it when you get that title shot.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you just got to detach emotion from business. You know, like I've got a lot of respect for Cejudo and what he's done. You know, he is a friend, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to, you know, further my career and be the champ one day. If you're not in the sport to be the best, then it's not for you. So I would love to compete against him one day and you know, lay it on the line. And after the fight, we could still be friends. This is how I see it. So yeah, I would love for that to happen one day.
I mean, your opponent, Rulian's coming off quite a debut win at the Dana White Contender Series Brazil. What are you sort of expecting from him coming into this weekend? He's had a pretty good record thus far, obviously new in the UFC as well.
Yeah, it's his debut fight, so he's got a lot of pressure on him. I'm glad I've got that out the way now. You know, in Adelaide, those UFC jitters that everyone talks about. You know, you mentally block yourself from performing at your best just because you feel like it's so foreign and you put UFC on such a platform. But coming into Melbourne, I feel a lot more comfortable. You know, fighting in Adelaide gave me a lot of confidence, just reassuring that I'm on the right track. And this isn't my first rodeo, having a lot of fights now, a lot of experience, fighting a lot of different body types. So I'm quite used to fighting guys that are my opponent's body type, taller than me, rangier, dangerous. Like, you know, he's got some good attributes. He's good at scrambling, fast, durable. So I'm expecting a good fight out of this. If not fight the night, I want to get a finish.
I mean, Dana White's going to be in attendance, it seems like. Is there extra pressure there to sort of sell him on keeping the division around by putting in another solid performance and showing them that there's a draw on this side of the world that can bring a crowd in?
Definitely. But this isn't the first time I fought in front of Dana White. I fought on the Ultimate Fighter. He was there on the first day, and I got a 30-second knockout in front of him. So, you know, hopefully he remembers me, and I'm looking to do the same.
Just quickly before we let you go, got to ask, obviously your teammate Israel Adesanya fighting Anderson Silva. How do you see that fight playing out? It's one that everybody's sort of weighing in on. It's a pretty hard fight to predict, but what do you think? From considering that you get to see Israel in the gym every day.
Yeah, it's a fun fight. Like, you know, it's the old school versus new school, the GOAT versus the future. So it's an intriguing matchup. But I feel like, you know, Izzy's going to be way too young, too fast, too ahead, and too sharp on the night. I feel like he'll get a stoppage, if not second round, either by submission or knockout. It could go either way.
Israel might submit Anderson Silva?
I feel like he could. Yeah, he'll pressure him for Anderson to make a mistake, and then he'll finish it from there. Like Israel says, he'll cook him in the first, fry him in the second. So I see a finish happening.
So many people look up to Anderson, you know, fighters, fans. He's been an idol for so many people. I know with Israel, he sort of didn't want to maybe admit it, but would it be hard for you sort of seeing Anderson get beaten if it plays out, say like a Derek Brunson fight, the way Israel sort of beat Derek Brunson?
Yeah, that would be hard to see. Just because he's such a legend of the sport, he doesn't really need to, you know, prove anything. He's done it all. So, yeah, it's going to be sad to see that. But you know, I've got to back my teammate Israel. He's put in so much work into this, and yeah, I can't wait to see. Obviously, if he wins, Robert Whittaker wins. They've got to make that fight in Auckland at Spark Arena. I feel like that's the matchup that makes the most sense, and I would love to fight back at Auckland as well. That's always been my dream. So hopefully, end of this year, they come back.
Last time you fought in front of Dana White, like you mentioned, it was a 30-second stoppage.
Yeah.
What's your prediction for this weekend? How do you think the second fight in front of him goes?
I'm not going to jinx myself and say which round. I'm just going to say it's a finish. And yeah, I'm excited to put on another show.
Fantastic. Well, best of luck, and thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for the time.